I suppose I better explain the beginning of the video. It's a picture on Brian Harvey's Twitter. His background picture. I just thought it looked a bit dodgy, a bit strange for a campaigner, especially what you're campaigning against. And there's Brian there in a mask, dressed up like a woman. Well, I assume it's a woman's long blonde hair. But anyway, it started off, it was a bit of a wild guess, yeah. I thought Brian was on the right, just because the hair looks short and a bit spiky on top, and that's Brian's kind of hairstyle, and I thought, that looks like Brian. And well, I was responding to a video that Brian had made. He'd just come back. I mean, I've been away myself. I just done a Rolf Harris. When noticed Rolf Harris was in the news, and I thought I'd upload the news of that. And then if Brian come back at exactly the same time, as soon as that Rolf Harris one went up, running his mouth again, I just responded to that. He mentioned my name and mentioned his name. Seems to work that way at the moment. But anyway, so I thought he was on the right in this picture, but I was wrong. It was a wild guess. But Brian's got overexcited and responded saying he's the one on the left, which I had no way of knowing. There's nothing like him. And I'd had no way of knowing because I tried googling the image. It didn't come up with anything, but it's on Brian's computer. It's a video that he's done, a music video. Why he's got it on his Twitter thing, I don't know, and why he's making music like that. Well, that's up to him, but it's a woman tied up in a chair, surrounded by people in masks, looking scary, and it's not a very nice scene, especially with the subjects we're dealing with. So, you know, Brian's got tired saying, you know, I'm the one on the left, I'm the one on the left. And I just changed the title of the video to Brian's weird Twitter image and Brian's sick Twitter image, because that was the main concern. It was the actual image itself. Yeah, I took a wild guess you was in it, and you was the guy on the right. And you thought you was quite pleased with yourself when you that I'd got that wrong. Couldn't wait to say you was on the left, not thinking that the fucking Twitter image itself was the main problem. Anyway, here's Brian Harvey for you.
Yeah, not uploading to Twitter again. I know. Getting all the messages through. Oh, mate, guidance. I love it. I love this shit. I love it when you get it wrong. I love it when you get it wrong, because you think you know, and you know. Right, let's have a look. Let's just have a look on YouTube here for a minute. You're such a... Watch this. Here's your boy, Guidance. Oh, look. We've got Brian Harvey circled out. What does he say here? Look at this, look at this, look. This is what a mug you are, Guidance, right? I don't want to keep highlighting it, but I'll have to. Looks like you're on the right, BS. Brian, with the girls' mask. There's some BS in the atmosphere. Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. Before you start rolling down any prison, before you start rolling down to Whitehall, right? Is that me, is it? Know the person you're getting this information from is reliable. Man, you're just too good, you know what I mean? You're just too good, mate. Background check on that person. You're just too fucking good. Because there's a lot of schisms going on you actually with a certain person. Yeah? Here's the video. Yeah? Here's the video. Here's the video. And there's plenty more snakes in the grass still. Seems to be in that organisation. In the end, I think I'm going to contact this guy because he's running around with a camcorder, and I've got 3 Canon 5D Mark IIs, and I can set him up a lovely setup when he films his when he films his victims and stuff, because you know this is real stuff. I was believing, and this needs to be done in a really good quality way instead of just on a camcorder. So I contacted him, and I also told him that when I lived in Walthamstow, in another part of Walthamstow before I'm in the house that I'm in now, I think that one of Sidney Cook's gang was living next door to me. I spoke to this woman, Beverly, and she said, yeah, we moved from there because of that thing that was living next door to you. And I remember saying to her, yeah, what was his name? Was his name Rick or something? And she goes, I can't remember his name, but he was something to do with the killing of that Jason Swift. So when I got home, I Googled it, and I thought, oh, mate, I've had one of Sidney Cook's gang living next door to me and didn't know it. This geezer was taking pictures when I was younger and that. There was a few of us little kids out. And so obviously, when I've gone to contact Bill Maloney, I've put this in the email, and I think this may be one of the things that tipped it over the edge, and he contacted me straight back.
Right? I think there's some BS in the air. And right now, because I'm looking at the bigger agenda, all the rest of it, and all the situation, to me, is just small fry. But I'm saying now, there's some stink
within every democratic government on our planet. There has also been connections to the Middle East all over the world. We're looking at the killing of children. We're going back to just a guy called Sidney Cook, which those that are initiated in.
If anything, I'm still registered sick. That's because you're very high up, man, within MI6 and all that old Bill world. And you know it.
What was that?
And so was Bill Maloney, the fake child abuse activist. Where's he gone now? Where you gone, Bill? Where's Chris Fay? Where you gone? No. But I believe it was all an act. Because it all coincides with Bill Maloney telling me my life was in danger, which is to frighten me.
And is Bill Maloney dead?
Bill Maloney's not dead. No, he's hiding in some caravan somewhere, according to Tom Carhill and a couple of other people.
Now, he's a journalist.
Who is?
Bill Maloney, yeah?
No, well, he was supposed to be an anti-child abuse activist, but... I've
heard his name before.
Yeah, well, Ian Puddick funds him. And if you doubt that, I've posted up a video on my YouTube where they're talking about the Hampstead cover-up, and you'll hear Bill Maloney in his own voice saying, "I've been working with Ian Puddick," and there was no need to drop that in the conversation because he doesn't go on to any other point. Just says a very intelligent man, and I've been working with Ian Puddick, and I just thought, what's that doing in there? But I'll have that, thank you very much, because this is the geezer that's saying that I've called him a name. This is a bloke that's bought me a piece of equipment to film a Fernbridge witness who's going to accuse everyone under the sun. And Bill Maloney, the geezer that you're funding, is telling me my life's in danger, which is why I go to Downing Street and tell them my life's in danger, which is why I know I reported Ian Puddick first. So it's ridiculous. But
anyway, back to
what was your the red rooms, right? Got my head down, like sorry, you know what I mean, one of them. And I've looked to the left and I've clocked this knee, which I thought was this woman's knee. And I saw this knee and I thought, something don't look right there. That knee looks really skinny, man. I thought, ain't filling out the suspender properly. And as I looked round and I looked up, I thought, she was done up like a woman, but it was a girl. She was I don't know, 13 or something. I don't know. And I remember it was the knee that done me. I thought that knee don't look right. I had to take a double look. I thought this woman looks a bit weird. And I looked back, I thought, no, she's young. And I looked next to her, and it was a boy in a suit. And then there was like 4 adults around them. And I don't know them people.
And how old was the boy?
He looked younger than the girl.
Like 10?
11, 12 could have been. Just guessing, you know what I mean? But then, back then, no one had heard of paedophiles. No one had heard of this. I've just got into the industry, going behind another wall and saying to me, stay there, I'm going to go to the toilet, because if that wall closes, I can't get out. And I thought, oh, all right. But I'm not thinking anything of it. And I've gone, well, mate, that's not right, is it? Because I was just trying to get onto the, like, mate, the knee. Do you see that knee? That knee didn't look right. That's how naive I am, right? It's that knee, that. And I remember going, oh, no, you're right. And we were still walking, so it was like the option wasn't there. But the fact that I'd even said that, how did John Harris know about it? And why is he dead now? Yeah? And people don't think my life's in danger. But whoever, listen, I'll tell you now straight, whoever these people were, whoever it is that I've seen when I've gone through that room, I don't know who you are. I never saw you. I just remember seeing that knee and then looking up and going, oh, she's not old. Hang on, whoever these people were, whoever it is that I've seen when I've gone through that room, I don't know who you are. I never saw you. I just remember seeing that knee and then looking up and going, oh, she's not old. Hang on, that's weird, isn't it? And then the boy.
Do you think that what you've seen was some kind of satanic coven or human trafficker's dungeon?
Well,
like
there's
got
to be something. There's got to be something, you know, because for John Harris, you know, it's one of these things I would never have known, but John said it to me, and now he's dead. So clearly, it was of significance.
Mm.
But if they're worried, oh, he knows who we are, and he could, I don't know who you are.
Well, who? Mm.
But if they're worried, oh, he knows who we are, and he could, I don't know who you are.
Well, who owned the club back then?
I don't know. Daniela took me. I didn't know anyone. I didn't know anyone in any of these clubs, right? And I got introduced to Peter Stringfellow one day, and that was T Green, who was our ex-backing vocalist, took us in there one night, and I thought, oh, bloody hell, what, I can come in here whenever I want. So I started going down there with my friends. This industry, I mean, God knows why, but he's someone, so he must be a very high up music mason, which is what Andrew Ash, the alleged Operation Fernbridge witness, you know, David from Panorama, that's what he told me.
David from Panorama?
Yeah, well, it's Nick, isn't it? Xaro Nick, David from Panorama. It's all Andrew Ash, whose full name's Andrew Ashworth. Yeah.
Sorry, you just lost me for a minute. Where did that come? Sorry, who's this new character?
Andrew Ash. How did we get onto that? What did you say before that?
I didn't say anything. You were talking away, and then out that came, and I'm just
no, because it was relevant. This is what I'm saying. You got to catch me on it, Christine, because well, you know, I've got so much information in my head. I really need to do a documentary and put it down. It's going to be about 6 hours long.
No, I know my brain is slow because I'm flued up. See.
No, hang on. I'll tell you how we got to it. We was talking about Tom Watkins. We was talking about Faith Open Charity and Danny Bear and Daniela Westbrook getting sent up the shop to buy Tom Watkins Tampax for his ass.
Yes, and then
that's what it was. And then
Andrew Ash.
And then that's right. And then I said Andrew Ash apparently knows Tom Watkins as well, because I'm saying Tom Watkins is a high up music mason. And one of the people to tell me that was Andrew Ash, who is also, a.k.a. Nick from Xaro, right? And David from Panorama. It's all the same bloke. Andrew Ash, the Operation Fernbridge witness that...
Oh, I see. Now, David from... So he's been on an episode of Panorama as some kind of person telling all.
Yeah. No. He told all on the interview that I filmed of him for the Express, which was Bill Maloney and Chris Fay, yeah? Do you remember?
Yes.
Right. That's where he tells all. And then
Panorama?
And then 2 years later, in 2016, he ends up on Panorama being shot from behind so you can't see his face, with his voice dubbed with someone that sounds just like him, saying what they want him to be saying. And I know that to be true because I've got a recording I could play you with Andrew now saying I didn't want to do Panorama, it was Chris Fair. He says, didn't want to do Chris, didn't want to do it. He said it was all Chris Fay done an interview. I didn't want to talk to him, but they had footage. And I said, yeah, well, that's the footage that I've filmed that they're showing you. And he's going, your name never came up. And I've said, well, I'll bet my name did come up because you just said that they had footage. That's the footage that I put up of you talking to the Express, James Fielding. And Robert Kellaway was working there at exactly the same time.
Oh.
So is that a coincidence? No. It's another setup. So I could go out there thinking I'm helping, name names that Andrew's telling me, only need one of them to be wrong, and then he's discredited, and my credibility's gone, and then who's going to listen to my real phone tapping evidence? Jimmy Savile's your mate, Jonathan King's your mate, and Andrew Ash, David from Panorama is naming you as well. I think that's more than enough, Tom.
These subjects will understand. We're looking at the torture of children. We're looking at snuff movies. I'll tell you what happened. One snuff movie, our victim was forced to film a snuff movie, all by Sidney Cook. This is our witness, the main witness that has come to us because he doesn't want to go.
Keep saying they all know each other. I mean, you've just finished the circle.
Yeah, and not to mention that he took me to these weird skin 2 parties, which were, again, the type of all lights dimmed and walk round with masks on and that type of thing. Sorry to expose you, John, for that, and I know your wife, Anne, won't like it, but, you know, it's about time everything came out, you know?
She must know what he's like.
I don't think she does, but...
No? Oh, well, big shot coming there, then.
I know. Well, she's probably in it for the bloody money. I mean...
Listen, they're all happy to go around exposing everyone else, but as soon as it's them in the firing line, everyone's got to shut up. No.
I know.
Don't work like that.
I know. There's so much more to this, like, you know, Brian, it's the rabbit hole and it goes down, and actually, you know, you come to it and you realise that actually you were saying, oh, I want to find out who I'm targeted by. It's actually just pure, unadulterated evil, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no, there's some strange people about, and they are definitely wasting their life experience being on that side of the fence. They go on Big Brother, get me pissed up and go, oh, no, it is, I fucking know it is, and then I'm nicked. Now, can you imagine, had I have got nicked for doing that, the reception I would have got towards, can you have a look at my phone hacking evidence now, after doing something like that? Let's face it, this is how these people work it. They need to discredit you all the fucking time. This is where guidance is coming into it today. Basically, I've got an agent, Mission Control, and I think that's kind of where I'm most known for at the moment. So the BBC run Mission Control, and it was looking at it. It's a surprise to me too. Basically, I've got an agent, Mission Control, and I think that's kind of where I'm most known for at the moment. So the BBC run Mission Control, and it was looking. So the BBC run Mission Control, and it was looking. So the BBC run Mission Control, and it was.
Right, so here we are. We've got a hero of the day, Ben Fellows, incoming hero, Brian Harvey, lead singer of E17.
Ex-lead singer.
How are you, Stan?
I'm right, thank you.
Good friend of mine. I'll give you a kiss in a minute,
I
bruv.
hope so.
Well, it's
I deserve one.
Purely masculine, yeah. That's why we love him.
Sounds good.
That's why we love him. And Brian, you've come into the affray.
Yep, I have.
What do you think what's going on? Let me just say, I've been coming a little bit closer, baby. If you come in a little bit closer because of the mic, yeah? Now, I've spoke to you probably over the last month, probably about 12, 15 times.
Yep.
And you really amazed me, actually. And one thing I would like to say, all of you, there's a documentary up, and it's called One Life. And it's about what happened to this guy. But now, he's still doing his music, but he's not beholden to the music industry anymore. He is now a free man, if you like.
Yep, free man on the land, if you like.
And what are you interested in now? What do you want to do, Brian?
Right now, I just want to get involved in, you know, there's a lot of celebrities out there and no one seems to be coming forward and backing what's obviously the right thing to be doing. You're here about the
institutional child
abuse. And mate, the information that I've heard over the past 10 years and what I was being told today on the drive on the way down, it is sickening. And why haven't more people come forward? It's disgusting.
But you're also interested in civil liberties as well.
Civil liberties, the whole thing, mate.
That's what I want to say. All three of us.
I like to say, yeah, there's a lot of celebrities out there, right? And you're going to get fucked in the future because your little ride ain't going to go on forever. You need to get on the right side of the fence, and you need to do it now. And you need to come over here and you need to support this. There's MPs fiddling with kids. This man's proof of that. He's going to take a lie detector test, and that's why I'm here. As soon as that lie detector test goes through, mate, I'm coming with you, and we're going to sit down now, and someone is going to take notice. They're going to take notice.
So it's not just I'm coming to get you now. We're coming to get you.
We're coming to get you, son.
All right, Ben.
Yeah.
And I want to congratulate you.
Thanks,
I think it's great what you've done. I think you're very fucking brave. And let's go and get them. Charge!
It's me in the court again. Can't talk, Mackenzie friend. It's me in the court again. Can't talk, Mackenzie friend. Mackenzie friend.
Hi, buddy. Okay, you alright?
Where's your cover?
No, not really. No, thanks. We haven't really got time. We've got to go, mate.
I'll get my jacket then.
Everyone, hello to everyone out there in the public. My name's Brian Harvey, and I used to be the lead singer for the pop group E17. He wants me killed. Now, the disturbing thing is that a couple of years ago, possibly a little bit longer, I approached a guy called Bill Maloney, who I thought was an anti-child abuse activist. Well, it turns out that he's not. He must be a paid agent for the government that goes in and destroys the stories of genuine victims. And the victim that he took me to go and see, because I was going to be filming him, I offered Pie and Mash Films, Bill Maloney's film company, I offered to do a bit of filming for him. He took me up on it. In the end, I think I'm going to contact this guy because he's running around with a camcorder, and I've got 3 Canon 5D Mark IIs, and I can set him up a lovely setup when he films his when he films his victims and stuff, because you know, this is real stuff. I was believing, and this needs to be done in a really good quality way instead of just on a camcorder. It was something to do with the killing of that Jason Swift. So when I got home, I googled it, and I thought, oh mate, I've had one of Sidney Cook's gang living next door to me and didn't know it. This geezer was taking pictures when I was younger and that. There was a few of us little kids there. And so obviously, when I've gone to contact Bill Maloney, I've put this in the email, and I think this may be one of the things that tipped it over the edge, and he contacted me straight back.
You know, big attitude and sort of...
Did you go to school with any 17 fans, Anna?
I went to school with all of them.
Yeah?
Not with any fans of the band. Did you go to school with any 17 fans, Anna?
I went to school with all of them.
Yeah?
Not with any fans of the band.
With now, even the house next door to me, that's suspicious. My next door neighbour moved a couple of years ago, and she got more than her asking price, much more, and just left. This is fair what these people are doing to me, and I know you're aware, and I need your help, and I need the public's help, because these people are going to kill me and try and make it look like an accident. And I just want the public to know that I would never do that to myself, ever. I wouldn't. I know I've said it before in the past, but I learnt my lesson when I went under my car. I would not, even that, I was drugged. I had a drink before I went down the road, right? I'll be honest with you, I was going to buy a £10 draw off of a friend. And when I think back now, when I was reversing in the car when I actually had the accident, I remember feeling a bit funny, and I just thought,
just bear that in mind, guys.
It was me, but I was sick. I was drugged. That's how I had the accident.
Yeah, what's it regarding, mate?
Hi, Mr. Harvey. Might better speak to you just inside. How you doing, mate? You alright? I'll see you properly. How you doing? You alright?
Not really, no. What's the matter?
Basically, we just need to speak to you very quickly. It would be better to do it inside.
No, you're not coming in my house again, mate. I had all that last time.
No,
I got
no problems here.
No. Why don't you just tell me what you want from here?
Okay. I I mean, we'd like you to sign something as well.
What is it?
We'll read it to you,
We'll
and
read
then
it to
you can decide whether to sign it or not.
I'll come closer because it might be a bit easier.
No, you're all right, mate. Stay where you are. Mate, stay where you are. Stay where you are. No, it's not all right. I'm in fear for my life from the police, yeah? Because the police ain't acted right on the phone tapping evidence, so...
Right, we're nothing to do with phone tapping. We're just going to read you this letter, okay?
Okay. Mr. Brian Harvey. Oh, wait, still, I don't really want to do it here, to be honest. I'll come closer because I don't really want to speak to it. I don't want to speak to
No, go on. What is it? Right. What is it about?
So it's called a threats to life warning notice.
A what?
Threats to life warning notice.
What's that?
Basically, so I'm going to read it out to you and just make sure you understand it. All right?
Oh, it's a what notice?
A threats to life warning notice.
Mine?
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll read it.
Right, how's it going, people? Right, I've told my solicitor, yeah, that I ain't going to go on social media for a couple of weeks, right? So that's why you haven't heard from me. Right, look, a couple of things I ain't happy about, yeah? So I'm just going to come out with this straight. I said, after the court case, right, after I'd spoken to the solicitor, I didn't really want any shit being posted up online. Right, I'm looking online and there's loads of shit posted up online. Right, so that's pissed me off for a start.
He's leaving the board because he's too frightened even. He's so shocked by when it kick off. That's him. He's got that camera and he's gone. You know what I mean? But he's instigating it. He's the one who lights the flame and then gone. You understand? When I see through you fucking big old coconut. What's wrong with you? Now you're trying to interview. Then he did the cult, the way he's orchestrating the cult. Oh, he knows I'm racist. So I'm going to go and get a few black people like outside the court case and get her story like, you know. Red Pill Phil. You know, Brian Harvey is the ringmaster. You understand him, the ringmaster, and he's got little puppets behind him pulling the strings now. The start, they create the stuff. This one's gonna call The Founding of a Cult by Brian Harvey. Yeah, they create the start of a cult. You understand what Brian Harvey has created via YouTube. And Eddie's okay, boom. You know what I mean? You saw the white brother there outside the court. He says, yeah, I'm the one who started it, who introduced Eddie to Brian, middleman, boom. You know what I mean? Then straight away, bipolar circus hit the road. You know what I mean? That's what you might as well call it. And this is like, again, it's an appeal to people who suffers from bipolar mental disorder, man. You know what I mean? It's like, don't gravitate to this shit because don't get led by your false prophets. Prophets is or people who are in it for the money, just monetary gain and some 5 minutes of fame and attention deficit disorder, mental disorders. That's what Brian Harvey suffers from. And it's a cult he's trying to create. People are living in his house. You can see Eddie's okay. He's got the front door key from the way he's lounging around in that interview. In this particular interview, he's got the key for Brian Harvey's house. Look at Eddie's okay, look, that's him right there, you know. Lying down, you can see he's so comfortable. That's a man who's already got the key for the yard. And Red Pill Phil, everyone's got a key for that yard, and no one knows. Brian Harvey is totally oblivious, him and his missus, and these people's actually moved in. That's how he is with injection. He's got to take so much tablets, so much prescription drugs, he don't even know if it's coming or going. You can see him in his eyes, he don't even sleep for days and years. Right? This is the start of the cult, okay? Prescribe to subscribe, Yantido.
Do you know what? I'll give you something though, mate. You are funny.
He's hilarious.
I could just watch your channel because of the jokes that you're running, man. But seriously, like... oh, man. A cult, mate. A cult. I mean, like... If you was ever going to try and take a big shit on my case, like, you'd say something like that, wouldn't you?
Support. In reality, the newspapers were totally out of control. How bad was it? Well, they were tapping phones and making transcripts, as we see the statement here from Essex Police of one of Brian Harvey's phone conversations, private conversations. It's proof of illegal phone tapping, not hacking. Brian Harvey's been trying to get this looked into for a long time now, but of course he has the same problem. They can't acknowledge it. If they acknowledge it for Brian, they have to investigate it, and they do not want to investigate phone tapping hacking. Before I hand over to Brian to explain, you need to know the main characters. The main characters here are Greg Miskiw, who was an editor on the News of the World when this was going on, who Brian Harvey got a taped confession from. Another journalist who's involved, Neville Thurlbeck, even had an undercover code name of George, as he acted as an unpaid source for the police. The other News of the World journalist mentioned by Mr. Harvey is Robert Calloway, who worked for the News of the World. His name was on the story of the phone hacking that was in the News of the World. He denied all knowledge and said he didn't know anything about it to 2011 and it was a production error. Well, let's hear what Brian Harvey has on these. This group of highly connected so-called reporters for News of the World, they're almost part of the establishment. Poor Brian, he has proof that they intercepted his phone. He's trying to get justice, is getting nowhere, of course. Thank God for the internet, and he is learning to use it and finding himself a platform for us to listen to his evidence.
Now I'm going back to the interview that I've done with Greg Miskill, yeah? That interview now, right? Monday 29th of January 2018. I just want you to listen to something. Let me explain to you why. You've got Robert Calloway, right? The geezer you sent to Chingford. He's transcribing all of his illegal recordings. I mean, if we only had that, that would be enough. What's he doing recording my private telephone conversations? Who does he think he is? It's what he says about Millie Dowler that's coming up that interests me. People have acted illegally, and I've got them bank of rights. And I plan to go forward on it. I'm not fucking about, man. I'm the one that got wronged here. You remember me, don't you, Greg? Yeah, you remember me. I still get played every year at Christmas, right? Now, I know that Surrey old Bill, right, who gave Neville Thurlbeck Millie Dowler's number, right? Now, I know that Surrey old Bill, right, who gave Neville Thurlbeck Millie Dowler's number. Now, Surrey old Bill gave Thurlbeck Millie's number on the day she went missing. I've had that out of Glenn. He's
Listen
been in
to
my
what
house
he
and
says.
admitted it.
No, Brian, they didn't.
Well, why is he saying that then, if that's not true? Because it goes against the official story that they've put out and makes everyone look like a liar, Greg.
And I know exactly what happened, and I know exactly how the information was gleaned, and I know the workings of what happened after her work, before and during and after her phone was tapped. It had nothing to do with Surrey police.
Right, so she was phone tapped, and that has never come out. You're damn right that's never came out. These people were phone tapping, right? This was the news editor of the time, right? There he is admitting Millie was phone tapped. I was phone tapped. I got the transcripts, I can prove it. But phone tapping has never come out. All that's ever come out is the listening to of voicemail messages, which people are being paid off for, which is bollocks, right? Phone tapping, that is interception of communications, that is a breach of the RIPA 2000, Regulation of Investigatory Power Act, right? 2000, I'm 2002, Millie Dowler's 2002, we're both April 2002, so tell me.
Brian's frustrated. He's being portrayed like GA was as a bad person. In this case, he's round a twist, mad, and you shouldn't listen to him. He has proof of phone hacking and tapping. Like I told you before, the authorities can't acknowledge it. If they do, they have to investigate for him, which frustrates the hell out of him. I see where he's coming from. He cannot get anybody to accept that he has evidence. If it's the other way around, he'd been arrested, banged away, and you wouldn't see any more of him.
Enough. I ain't going to lie to you. Here's all the evidence here. They're trying to suppress it from you so you don't find out about it, basically. I've got no reason to lie. How many pop stars have you seen outside the front of Downing Street calling them out? He had a reason to make it look like I destroyed myself. That's what it was. Ask yourself why. What did I find out about? What did I find out about that they had to make me look like I destroyed myself? Harvey fails the psychological test for Celebrity Big Brother. No, I didn't, because I didn't even go. Libelous? That is absolutely ridiculous. Right.
Now the problem that you got, Robert Kellaway's police witness statement. He did phone tap me, he did hack me, he did know about hacking, alright? Peter Dukes, who live tweeted from the trial, Kellaway confirms he knew nothing about hacking. This is why Richard Mallett, my ex-solicitor, didn't want to send me the files, because he knew it walked him straight into phone tapping. And the old bill were complicit, because you requested it from Robert Kellaway, who lied about the Millie Dowler case. Doing this to people, to innocent people, locking people away, keeping them suppressed, can't tell the truth. What are we fucking living in?
In the inner sanctum of Surrey Police, when they found out that News of the World reporter knocked on the door of Millie Dowler's parents. Frightening, yeah? What were they going to tell them? Tell them about the phone hacking? Surrey police have said nothing about this for all these years. What do? Well, they go into damage control and see what they can do to minimise the effects of this. Years later, 16th of January 2007, the very next day, the 17th, they investigate what was said, what was left on the computer of Holmes. Now, Holmes is shared by many police forces. There's no way of lying your way out of that. Whatever's on there, other police forces will see. So, it was printed off, and a crisis meeting was made the next day with Mr. Rowley. What was said at that meeting? Was it an attempt to close this down? Was it, or what does Holmes say? What we're going to do now? The print off from Holmes was only the page that referred to the phone hacking in 2002. The meeting the next day with Mr. Rowley, there's no records of that. There should have been, but there is no records of it, so I can't tell you what was said. Surrey police were working hand in hand with the News of the World. You want a bit of proof? It comes in their own investigation, Operation Bayonet. This is Stuart Kuttner, one of the editors at the News of the World. It's a conversation in Operation Bayonet where he talks to DS McIntyre and admits that he has the phone number of Millie Dowler.
Well, is there any brave, honest journalists left? Have they all been shut up? What chance do they stand of protecting the Dowlers or getting anywhere with investigating and reporting? Where is that one rogue reporter on our side that's going to come clean and tell us all they know about the death tricks? Someone who might say it's all very well, armchair detective, what proof do you have? I feel I have to prove it to some people that this is a fact. That the chief constable of Surrey Police knew exactly what News of the World were up to and let them off the hook. He saw the evidence, and if he didn't,
I'm just looking at this guy that's online. His name's the Armchair Detective. It's a guy named Alan, and videos, and he investigates more murders than anything else. And cases, and he's quite thorough, and he's good. He seems like a good bloke. And I've been watching a lot of this, and it's really interesting, so I'm just going to play it for a minute. Right? It's good to see that I took in what I've said.
And yet they still don't come clean, even at this point. Why not? So there's your answer. The
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about the haters, mate.
The politicians, the police, the moguls at the top, the very top. So give them a sort of.
Yeah, I know he's investigated it. He's good. I like him. I really do like him. And he's it sounds like he's done some sort of a tour with that. Who was the investigating officer on the Dowler case? What was his name? Sutton, Colin Sutton. It sounds like he's got some sort of relationship with him, or he's done some sort of a tour with him or something. And so I'd like to talk to him, really, because he's acknowledged. I've contacted him. I've sent him a message today.
We're not top priority.
Yeah. And I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, sure, he's great. He is great. He's good. I like him. He's got a good personality.
Even
he's very thorough.
Why not?
But listen to what he's saying just for a minute, and then like, we'll get to it.
The politicians, the police, and the moguls at the top give them blanket support. In reality, the newspapers were totally out of control.
What was it? Well, they were tapping phones, and this is private conversations.
It's proof of illegal phone tapping, not hacking. It's the same problem. They can't acknowledge it. If they acknowledge it...
I'll hand over to Brian to explain. You need to know the main characters. The main characters here are Greg.
And number 10, yeah.
Who was an editor.
It's common knowledge, isn't it? Like everyone... Let me just stop this for a second. It's common knowledge, isn't it? Everyone knows. I mean, you could pretty much go up to anyone on the street and say, do you trust provable? So anyway, yeah, I've been watching a lot of The Armchair Detective, and he's picked up on a lot of important stuff. And the fact that he knows is Colin Sutton and already got a lot of knowledge about the Millie Dowler case, hold him down. They held back some of those mole care reason. It was done for a reason. There was a purpose. Otherwise they would have just brought me into it, dealt with me properly. Too much covering up going on, and the fact that time span of Millie Dowler and the fact that yeah, you're right, everyone should stop because it ain't taking us anywhere. It's just what they want. There are paid trolls out there, and I'm sure that they're but yeah, this guy's his approach.
Hey friend.
How about it?
Oh, okay, you alright?
Where's your cuppa?